is a political choice under the Bill of Rights.
Now, Kenya is celebrating the 10th anniversary of Kenya National Commission for UNESCO as a state corporation under the theme, A Decade of Excellence, Enhancing Development, National Cohesion, Identity and Pride, which speaks to national integration, cohesion and sustainable development. Now, the celebrations are on the backdrop of the World International Arts Day, set to be celebrated tomorrow, with a theme, Art is Good for the Health. And that is exactly what we want to talk about this morning, preserving our culture and heritage. And joining me for that particular discussion is Dr. Evangeline Njoka, who is a CEO and Secretary General of the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Karibu sana. Now, I want us to start with art is good for the health. Just that theme alone says a lot. How do you interpret it yourself?
Wow. This is a clarion call for the world to embrace art, and the fact that indeed when you observe art, it is motivating, it is captivating, and it enhances imagination of the mind.
Yeah.
And therefore the fact that it makes you feel good, it makes you appreciate, other people, then it has a positive contribution to your health. It is also a clarion call for everyone to see the worth of art, to tell people you need to go out there and spend some time in galleries, in art galleries, looking at, the art, looking at what other people have done. And I can tell you, when you spend a day just, observing art and appreciating, enhancing your imagination, this adds, a number of days to your life.
So this is a hobby I need to take on.
Exactly.
And other Kenyans as well.
Yes.
And when you talk about art, art has been used, I guess, all through time in so many ways. Even as we look at our documentaries of the past, we always see some type of art. Art has been used to preserve our heritage and our culture. So this is coming at a time when you're celebrating 10 years. It has been 10 years.
Yes.
It has been a journey.
Yes.
Maybe you can start by telling us, how has that journey been, especially for the country?
Thank you very much. The Kenya National Commission for UNESCO is celebrating 10 years since becoming a state corporation.
Yeah.
Earlier on, it was a department since 1964 when it was established, a department in the Ministry of Education. And then it was transformed in 2013 by an act of parliament, the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO Act, and this indeed strengthened it, made it more efficient, made it more effective, and it became strong to articulate the mandate of UNESCO, because the mandate of UNESCO is cross-cutting. You deal with many programs, and we deal with 5 actually programs. We deal with the education program, we deal with natural sciences, and when we talk about natural sciences, the issues of water, the issues of environment, and the sustainable development goals, indeed, that affect our environment, affect water issues. We deal with them. We promote implementation of those sustainable development goals.
Yes.
Then we have the 3rd program is social and human sciences, and in this program we deal with youth issues. UNESCO has a vibrant youth forum, and it engages youth in decision making and realizes that most of the challenges and emerging issues that affect the world, the youth need to be involved.
Because they are our future.
They are present and the future, not just the future.
Yes.
And hence, UNESCO values, the decisions, the contributions of youth a lot, and therefore has a youth forum. And here in Kenya, the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO has a very vibrant youth forum where young people come together. It's free membership, and we have opportunity indeed to influence youth, to empower them, to train them in matters of development and on UNESCO ideals. And the UNESCO ideals, remember the mission of UNESCO is peace, promoting peace and sustainable development. So we have that program. In that program also, social and human sciences, we have issues of gender, management of social transformation. We talk about inclusivity in this program. We talk also about, human rights. And we also have one of the very main programs of UNESCO, and which we implement in our commission, culture.
Yes.
And this is what we are talking about, this week. So culture is one of the main programs in UNESCO. And in this program, we promote preservation and conservation of culture. And when we talk about culture, we have our cultural heritage, we have our natural heritage that indeed we need to preserve. And then we have the fifth program, communication and information. And this, most of the time, we look at documenting our heritage.
Yes.
We are also looking at sharing of information. We train journalists using the UN Plan of Action, responsible journalism. We are concerned about, indeed, the security of journalism. In fact, every time we have a journalist dying in each of the member states of UNESCO, and of course Kenya, then we usually have to make a report. UNESCO, we always reach out to the Commission, and of course, together with the Medium Council of Kenya, then because UNESCO is always after the security, is very concerned on security of journalists.
And we thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right. So even as we talk about culture and preservation of culture and our heritage, maybe we can talk about the importance of doing so. What is the importance of preserving our culture?
Thank you. Culture is who we are. Culture defines who we are. So it is our identity, and it is our pride. And if we lose it, if we don't preserve it, we've lost our past, we've lost ourselves, we will not know who we are. Therefore, UNESCO indeed values this program. This is one of the main programs. We preserve our culture for generations. Our culture also is packed with values, and we've lost a number of cultural values. We've lost a lot of important, traditional information. Our forefathers, they didn't have the modern hospitals, yet they were healthy. They knew which plant to do, to take, to boil. They knew even how to predict weather. So we have a lot of traditional knowledge that we have lost, and we need to document it. Look at our languages. We are losing our languages in a very big way. And we are also concerned about preserving our languages, documenting them, so that the generations to come, they can also know, their languages. It's good to know. I come from Embu, and I need my children to know the Embu language, and the generations to come also. They need to know where I came from.
My director is telling me maybe you can say good morning or something in your language, so that we know truly you do preserve.
We mwaro. Okay.
Good
Good morning. How are you? Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yes.
for us, because I'm being told I can't ask you and not say it myself because I'm Giriama.
Yes.
We say in the morning, Zalamkadze, Lamkas Manyawe. So, you know,
Yes.
so we do know. But let's not forget that we're coming at a time right now where a lot is being westernized.
Yes.
And you did mention that in just a few minutes ago that you have a very vibrant youth group.
Yes.
I'll be interested to know, what is their take when it comes to especially the fact that we are losing our way, for lack of a better way of terming it?
Our youths indeed are also very, very concerned, and they are active in this area. In fact, in our strategic plan and in culture program, we have a program for youth in culture.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And every year we hold a conference where we bring youth together and they can appreciate our culture, and they are sensitized on the need to embrace, you know, their culture. We also teach them the cultural values. We also teach them how to embrace even, you know, the traditional value that we are losing, really. Because we are losing our culture. It's being eroded. The fact that, you know, many of our youths today, they don't even respect adults.
True.
We've lost that.
So how do we bring it back?
Dialogue, through dialogue.
Okay.
And it's not the fault of these young people. Many of them, they don't know their culture. Many of them that are born even, you know, in cities, they don't know their culture. Of course, we have also challenges because of, you know, cross marriages, you know, between different, you know, ethnic groups. But that should not really be a challenge. I think it should be indeed our pride, and it should be valuable, the fact that a child then can learn two languages, the language of the father and the language of the mother.
Yeah.
So it should be an advantage. And I want to call upon all of us to ensure that we pass on our languages, you know, to our children and even to our grandchildren and generations to come. More importantly, we need to document this language so that we don't lose it. And of late, we have even started thinking of using technology to teach our mother tongues so that the youth can learn. So we need to be innovative so that our young people or everyone can you know, learn our languages. The way there are apps, like I know there is a Duolingo app where you can, you know, learn lots of languages in the world.
Yes.
Let's have also our app, you know, here in Kenya.
The same way we go to study German or French.
True, which has all the languages, you know, of Kenya. And we can have another app in Uganda and Tanzania. I think that way we shall have actually preserved our, you know, languages.
Okay. In the spirit of, you know, being innovative, even as we try preserve this, is it possible, or maybe do you think it could be possible that such could be introduced even in schools? I mean, I remember we did social studies, but it was more on our history and less of us, our tribes, and where we come from. Maybe do you think that's something that we need to consider right now?
Yes, we do. And of course, government has tried to do this by having a policy on teaching using mother tongue, you know, in early years. But this hasn't worked so well because, again, of the cosmopolitan nature. The elite, they are usually in town, and, you know, they will take their children in towns, and most of the, you know, the town schools or the city schools, indeed, they use national languages, Kiswahili and English. But the rural schools have an advantage in that, yes, some teachers are able to teach, and of course in the rural areas, children learn their mother tongue very, very easily. So I think the Ministry of Education and government should rethink of how we can, ensure that we preserve our languages in this, modern world, in the 21st century. There has to be innovation, and I'm glad the CBC, the new competence-based curriculum, has more options of languages. But we are seeing it is, German. I see now schools have, Chinese, they have French, but not thinking so much, about
ourselves within.
Yes.
But I believe we each have a role to play. As you've mentioned earlier on, the fact that we're getting to a generation where they do not know where they're coming from.
True.
And this generation will give birth to another generation, and that's how the cycle continues. So our work is to ensure that we break that cycle.
True.
Okay. So even as we continue, of course, you did mention that UNESCO is a testament to that commitment of redefining values. And as a country and impacting the current generation to rise to the occasion. Let's get to that. How do we tap into that current generation? The TikTokers, the YouTubers, the innovators. That is the current generation. How do we sort of hook them in?
I think it's just going where they are, involving them, inviting them. Like in these cultural celebrations that we have, we hold them every 2 years. And we invite even the artists. We have auditions. Tomorrow we have performances from all artists. These are young people. We give them a platform. And we have even included groups like the special needs group and groups from informal settlements, so that we can have inclusivity. I think young people need to be called. We need either to go to them, we need to encourage them to have conferences. Counties need to be innovative and provide platforms for young people to come together, and then also platforms, to sensitize them, to tell them about our values. And this way, then even encourage them to, to have TikToks in this culture, traditional dances. And the fact that we even have drama festivals in schools is one way indeed of actually bringing on board young people and interesting them in their cultures. It's always very, very interesting to sit in music festivals and sing the young people, donned in traditional attires and, they're so adults have to be deliberate, governments have to be deliberate, and people in authorities, you have to be deliberate, work with young people, and we need to tell them about our culture. We need to instill values in them.
But also just not being tribalistic at the same time.
No.
Yeah, because it's a very thin line.
Yes.
So we have to ensure as much as they're informed, but not in a tribalistic kind of way. But I'm interested to know, are there challenges you face when it comes to now, your mandate and ensuring that your mandate is delivered? And what are those challenges?
Thank you very much. Of course, our mandate is the fact that we have a very wide mandate because of the UNESCO. One of our challenges, of course, is inadequate finances. We would want to have lots of activities for young people, and even many of the young people, by the way, they are very innovative, but they don't have the means. And I observed, some of, when our experts were doing auditions on Tuesday for artists. So you can see very young people, talented, but you can see they are needy, they don't have resources. So the challenge that we have, we don't have adequate resources, but UNESCO has opportunities, and we encourage and we hold workshops even for young people, for artists, for groups, and tell them the opportunities that are available in UNESCO, where they can apply for funding, just to support their beings. So that is one of our major really challenge. And I can tell you that whenever we've brought young people together, they are always interested. I've had young people tell me, you know what, I would want to know my mother tongue. Even at the university, they would want to know their mother tongue, and they wonder how they can know the mother tongue, because they never had the opportunity. I think our young people are lacking opportunities, and we need to provide these opportunities to them.
Okay, lacking opportunities, and we need to provide those opportunities. I'm trying to figure out, so then how do we provide better opportunities? Is it by having more productions, for example, that cut across? Or is it, there's so many ways we can look at it. But of course, this is a conversation that we'll continue having, not just here, but it's a nationwide conversation.
Yeah, it's a nationwide.
So let's talk about inclusivity.
Yes.
And, I don't want to say this, but every time we have an election cycle, that sense of, I am so-and-so, I am from this tribe, it sort of keeps coming up every single election year. How do we break this, but also ensuring that the youth, or even Kenyans in general, don't feel like they don't want to be associated with their tribes just because of what's happening in the country, or in an electioneering period, for example? How do we do that?
I think it's, again, talking to them. And in the run-up to elections, we normally do a lot of training, bringing together young people, and also, we also train journalists and the media people on responsible reporting or responsible journalism. And I think basically, talking to them, and also availing, encourage them to be active. Many of our youths are not active, and they are idle. And I'm glad the government has provided opportunities, for this. Even the Hasra Fund, lots of young people are utilizing that. So we talk to them, and the fact that even embracing culture, embracing arts, and when you provide a platform for young people, to just sing, to express their arts, they feel contented, they feel appreciated. So, and then you can speak to them, and they will listen to you. So we just have to be innovative. One, of course, providing jobs for them, and we also include, workshops to talk to them about cohesion. The cultural celebrations that we hold every 2 years, they have an objective of bringing all of us together to celebrate our culture, our cultural diversity. And with the theme of cohesion, pride, we should be proud, we are celebrating our identity. And in these national celebrations, we are deliberate. We bring on board very many young people. Tomorrow is their day. The World Arts Day is the day for really young people. Of course, even the old artists are also
allowed to celebrate.
They are also invited. But this is it. We need to involve our young people in meaningful activities, and it's because many of them have lost hope. Many of them have lost hope, and we need to tell them there is a tomorrow. Let's not destroy our country. And I think Kenya has made strides. You can see the young people today are more responsible. Yes, there are a few cases of those who will, throw stones, but not so much. You have seen even the last general elections, it was more peaceful. I think we are getting there. And Kenyans have become more, responsible. We love our country. So let's talk to our young people.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've talked about workshops that you constantly
Yes.
have.
Yes.
For those who are watching us right now and they would want to be part of these workshops, how can they enroll?
Going to our website, www.unesco.go.ke, we have a website for the national commissions. We always post upcoming activities and even for youth. We also, they can also go to our social media platforms. We have a very active platform for youth. We have a youth forum. This is, they can join. So let them visit our website and they are going to actually know how they can join the youth forum, how can they can get engaged in our activities. But for tomorrow activities, I just wish to welcome all of us to come and enjoy, you know, the arts.
Where?
Enjoy performances at Kenyatta International Conference, beginning tomorrow at 9 to 5 p.m. And we still have the national cultural celebrations that are going on. Today, they were officially opened yesterday. I hope you did see that they were officially...
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Opened yesterday by the CS Ababu Namwamba.
Yes.
And we also have the CS Penina Malonza. And we had a great day yesterday. We have lots of exhibitions on culture from counties. We did invite all the 47 counties, so they have exhibited. We can come and see, indeed, and learn a lot of culture.
Yeah.
You know, from the exhibitions, they are wonderful. We also have, you know, exhibition of art, paintings, you know, drawings. It is very, very beautiful, and I wish to encourage all the young people to come and see our culture. And all of us, all Kenyans, come. And you get an opportunity to dance their traditional dances. Yesterday, we had the Benga, you know, the Benga. He's actually a professional.
Yes.
Tony Nyadundo.
Oh, okay.
The Benga maestro. You know, you needed to come, and we had fun yesterday.
Maybe it should be inter-county, so that it moves from one county to the other.
Another.
Yes.
We've been doing that.
Okay.
And well, in 2014, we held our first cultural festival at KICC. 2016, we held one in Machakos. And then in 2019, we went to Kisumu. This was a huge celebration because, you know, in Kisumu, people from Western love dancing. They appreciated.
They showed up.
Oh, you know, the stadium was full. And every evening, you know, I saw people dancing and appreciating their culture.
Okay.
I wish we would be doing that, you know, many times. Because again, that boosts our health.
True.
When you have an opportunity to dance and be happy,
you add a few years.
That is good. You add more years. So I invite all the Kenyans to come. We have an opportunity to do that today and tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Evangeline Njoka, who is the Secretary General and, of course, the CEO of the Kenya National Commission for UNESCO. Thank you so much for your time. And, of course, this is a conversation that needs to continue, just not ending right now.
Come in many times and talk about this.
Thank you. You're welcome anytime. All right, you're watching News Center. We take a short break. I'll be back shortly.